Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 5th to the 11th of June 2023. So we begin the week with Venus moving into Leo on the 6th, and Mars is also in Leo, so there's some sense of balance there with the masculine and feminine, earthbound or more personal energies there that can be brought into play. But Venus will be staying in Leo until early October, as we're due for a Venus retrograde. So Venus retrograde will be between the degrees of 12 and 28 Leo, if you're following along. Wherever that is in your chart is where that story will reveal its lessons and rewards for you. And that will begin, in effect, for the first phase on the 20th of June. So we're not going to talk about that today, but just a heads up, we're heading for a Venus retrograde in Leo, taking us all the way into the autumn. But mainly to realise what Venus is. Do you appreciate, do you value, do you have worth for your creativity and what that produces? Are you centred and present in the heart rather than being distracted and pulled apart by the mind? Do you have appreciation and gratitude for yourself, mastery of your emotions, and a genuine love of things like nature, music, our connections with others, the pleasant and sensual things in life? Because Venus is all of this and more. And in Leo, that's a very warm and golden energy. So we can fire up what's in our heart, which is deeply spiritual. It's appreciation for your unique life force energy and its unique expression. So I feel this can be a very creative, spiritually centering and enjoyable couple of weeks with Venus and Mars working together in Leo, and we'll look at the retrograde when it comes up. However, we are here opposite Pluto, who retrogrades back into Capricorn for the last summing up of that energy that we've had for 16 years now. Here we're looking at 28-29 degrees Capricorn to see what that retrograde will finalise, shore up, or bring even more depth of realisation. As by the time we get to 2024, Pluto moves into Aquarius. We've had a taste of that at the beginning of this year. Then that energy ignites in full force. But we have this retrospective now, tying up a long period, finishing a paradigm. And here, depending on where it is for you, this could be that life doesn't have to be an uphill struggle, or relationships don't have to be complicated, or we don't have to be too hard on ourselves. We don't have to be too responsible for others at our own expense. There's all manner of ways that this can play out, but the feeling here is that we get the real message. We can change our perception, which changes everything, and really, to the very marrow in our bones, embody authenticity and integrity. So a very long and slow moving journey back to our authentic true selves with Pluto retrograde until October, but staying in Capricorn through the end of the year. So those are two long-term aspects that we can see coming up here, both having some sort of a culmination in October and then taking us into new territory in the new year. And that gives us a good 6-month plan there, something to get our teeth into, really apply ourselves to. But with the Pluto, the emphasis there, although it runs more deeply in the background, is we're completing a 268-year cycle, whereas with Venus we have a 12-year cycle, so it's more personal, it's more familiar. So it has been an intense couple of weeks, and there's even more energy this week as by the 11th Mercury moves into Gemini. And this can be very, very mentally energetic, very quick. If we can focus, which it's hard to with Mercury and Gemini, then inspiration can flow through. Bright ideas, fast communications, insights. So with Mercury and the Sun in Gemini, the pace picks up, could be a little bit distracting, could get us feeling a bit frazzled or dizzy at times. But if we take the Venus energy and always centre back into our heart and our presence, then that is the antidote to when things get too heady, to find the now moment and to find your centre. Then by next week we'll be looking into a Saturn retrograde as well. So as you can see, lots of energy over the summer. The outer planets do tend to retrograde over the summer period, and we're surfing really on lots of different planetary waves here, which all ebb and peak at their own time. And if we're sentient enough, we can tune in and feel which influence is around us and what it's teaching us. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com. You can have a look at your chart. You can learn your chart as we go along. I include tarot, and I record MP3 for you to keep and listen back to, which can often make a 1-hour reading last many years as it unfolds, each time we listen back with new layers of relevance. I teach Tarot Astrology Numerology with videos and notes one-to-one. If you'd like to learn this for yourself, this is the perfect time to tune in to the esoteric depths of these subjects. And I am available for Astrology, Tarot, Numerology events, house parties, picnics, that kind of thing in the more central London areas. So please do like and share these videos if you can. My YouTube is zoeastro. Post links on my Instagram, zoehind7, my Facebook @astrozo, and it all helps to get this information out further. So a multi-layered week here. Venus joins Mars in Leo, warm, heart-centered, balance of the masculine and feminine, but heads up to what a retrograde might bring. Pluto getting ready to retrograde, taking us through the last stages of Capricorn wisdom, and then some quick and zesty Mercury and Sun in Gemini energy to speed up the pace. So multiple themes here. See if you can get used to tuning in and feeling which one you're actually experiencing as you get to know the planetary energies, and there is a video for each planet on my YouTube channel. Then you can start to determine for yourself. Not everything's about the full moon, not everything's about Mercury retrograde. You've got to tune into your own planetary energies and then start to feel on a deeper level what's actually occurring for you, and that's the best way to learn astrology. So wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.